The tribe of Adam, and what Plato was alluding to when he spoke of a mixture of humanity. Trinity, RedOrBluePill, HiHoKermit the Frog. Come with me, and you'll see the world. So you ready for a deep dive? Let's go. Today, I'm getting to a subject about hybrids and people wondering about the 12 tribes and Atlantis, Plato, and our genetics, our DNA, which altered their civilization. Of course, this genetic hybrid has been mirrored in the passages of the Bible, such as Genesis, and the similar works such as the book of Enoch, when it says, "And it came to pass, when the sons of men had increased, that in those days they were born to them fair and beautiful daughters. And the angels, the sons of heaven, saw them, and desired them. And they said to one another, Come, let us choose for ourselves wives from the children of men, and let us beget for ourselves children." In the modern times, many people have equated these ancient myths and biblical stories to scenarios that one might hear in the UFO community, where interactions between people from space and people on Earth also result in hybrid offspring. One example of this theory was put forth in 1958 by an alleged UFO contactee, George Van Tassel, who worked for the Douglas Aircraft and Lockheed. The story of the spaceships and the people who operate them is not anything new. Some of the people in this country and around the world are trying to open their minds to the point where they could accept the possibility that somebody somewhere on another planet is intelligent enough to fly here to observe us, super beings, and this isn't actually the case at all. These people originally colonized this planet. Their ancestors and ours are the same people. Way back in history, the people in these craft coming here are the same people that our Bible is written about, and they're called angels to us by the church, simply because we do not understand what angels are. Now, the story of Adam, which has been misunderstood, Adam was a colony landed on this planet by ancestors of these people coming here today, because these people are the tribe of Adam, the Adamic people. The crossbreed, or crossing of species, that they landed here all through the records, that these were people, that if people came out of the sky and got out of a ship and walked among them and looked like them, that the only way they could separate those people from people who lived on the ground was to designate them symbolically. They are around this planet in great numbers, and they've always been here. They've always had ships around the planet observing things. Naturally, you can see why they didn't want to mix with us, because this is a sick planet and a violation of the law. Therefore, they look upon us as their responsibility, and that's primarily why they're around the planet. They know we are the only planet occupied in this solar system that are not capable of taking care of ourselves in this crisis that's coming. Whether there's any truth to this interpretation of the fallen angel is still speculation. is a hybrid species, which has been established by genetic research, and should be obvious by the facts that there are still anomalies that occur during the hybridization process. The most obvious example being when the body of an Rh negative mother tries to reject her own baby if it's Rh positive, as if an allergic reaction, recognizing it is a foreign to herself, which is modern times is easily taken care of through the use of a shot, but still speaks the reality that this incompatible is a result of hybridization, and that we are the descendants from different hominin species, such as Neanderthal, Cro-Magnon, Denisovan erectus. That's all interbred in ancient times in what some recent articles referred to as a Lord of the Rings world, where ancient cultures interacted with each other, some advanced, some primitive, some agricultural, some hunter-gatherer, and the idea that humanity is a result of a smooth, linear evolution from a single source is proven false. As certain populations have DNA exclusive to themselves, genetic contributions, from which scientists call a ghost species, in which some geneticists believe is probably related to Homo erectus, which is not found in the DNA. We call it a ghost population because this is not a population which we have identified based on any fossil evidence. And what we find is this model, which has a ghost introgressing. It does explain the conditional site frequency spectrum, other models of integration. And one of the most interesting aspects of this was a population that split off from modern humans. So it's fairly old population, and almost 11 of the ancestry comes from this ghost. So this had a fairly big impact in terms of how much ancestry comes from this population, which makes the ancient myths, legends, and biblical stories sound more plausible regarding the UFOs, if they were involved or not.
So if you think you're never going to see this, like I've had some commanders tell me, you're very, very wrong.
I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and I'm curious about your thoughts. What do you think they're actually battling or training for? What are your thoughts on hybrids? Do you think that we are a mixed possible race? Well, thank you for watching till the end, for becoming a member, for subscribing, sharing my videos, and of course, all of the support. Humongous hugs, high fives, and good vibes. Trinity, RedOrBluePill.